Hello out there, everyone. I'm DJ Particle. This is ParticlePlay Live, and now my mic is on. How's everyone doing out there today? All right, we got Cafe here. Cafe wants to replace her Switch 2's 5,000 mAh battery to an 8,000 mAh battery. Ooh. Dana's like, experimental Switch surgery. That'll never go wrong. Oh, whoops, I gotta take off the Squidderemus thing. There we go. Take off the Squidderemus thing. It's not Squidderemus anymore. Tells you how long it's been since I've used this overlay. Oh, jeez. I hope everyone's doing okay today. Don't really care about this thing. It'll be a Franken switch. Oh, jeez. Alright, updates game data. We got that. Ah! Damn it. Who's throwing food at me? Just monitoring news about OLED mods for the Switch 2 as well. An OLED mod for the Switch 2? Wow. You know, frankly, I'm not even gonna think about modding the Switch itself until the warranty's out, which should be in June, I believe. Oh, by the way, a little surprise here. I've added an effect to this. I won't be using it today, but basically it keeps me from having to shift the UI so I can see the bars on Fallout. Look at that. Look at that. That's a CRT effect, folks. Trust me, it'll look better with the Fallout overlay. You already voided your warranty day one. yeah. I know. All right, let's get into the lobby and have ourselves a splat. How do you polish rust? All right. Okay, no, I don't want to turn on the copy machine. I want to go here and start turf war! Because it's Friday Night Splatios, folks! I haven't done Friday Night Splatios in a while. Tomorrow, of course, will be part 3 of playing through the Stars of the Negro Leagues on MLB The Show. Oh, it's funny. Someone on my team's named Crow. It's funny because of some news today. Now, you may have heard the news about the found Doctor Who episode. Well, that's not the only TV series in which some lost media was found this past week. Earlier today, at a garage sale, someone found Mystery Science Theater episode 0003. The last one that was missing. The one Jim Mallon lost. Well, it's been found, and it is the broadcast master too. It was the broadcast master tape from 1988. And the tab on the VHS tape was still intact. For over 35 years, this tape was in danger of being recorded over. It sat among someone's stuff for a rummage sale. It could have wound up in a dumpster if someone didn't didn't see it. It's a secret trans state house back in the 60s. And the Catskills. The Catskills. The Catskills were good place, were good vacation state house spots, and not just for trans. Yeah. Back in the day when there was a lot more anti-Semitism, the Catskills was also a vacation safe spot for Jewish people. And the reason why the Catskills isn't as much of a vacation spot anymore is just simply because the need. Yes. Well, these were nice. They were still nice resorts. Don't knock them. They were still nice. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Ow, ow. Oh no, they're coming back, they're coming back! My parents were taking me to Catskills. Not because they needed to, but because they wanted to. I think we got that. Bombs away! Yes, bombs away. I didn't throw a bomb, I threw a sprinkler! But yeah, MST3K episode 0003, which aired, I think, what was it, November 29th? 1988, I think? I mean, this was before MST3K was even on cable TV. You really want vanilla ice cream? Oh, jeez. But yeah, this was before Mystery Science Theater was on cable. This was back when Mystery Science Theater was only here in the Twin Cities on our own Channel 23. Yes, back before there was a CW. Back before there was even a WB. 23 was independent. And it was KTMA TV. And it said that KTMA was the inspiration behind U62 on Weird Al Yankovic's movie UHF. Because it was similar. Channel 23 back in the late 80s had the strangest shows you would ever see. Ever heard of the New Year's Melon Drop? Guess who started it? Channel 23. And the thing is, even the current Twin Cities CW will sometimes do a local melon drop in honor of the tradition. I don't remember the last time they did one, but they have done New Melon Drop. They have done a New Year's Melon Drop under their current system. I got one of them anyway. I got one of them anyway. push, 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 push. Push, 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 push. Nope. Couldn't recover in time. Oh well. We gave it our best shot. We gave it our best shot and kept it close at the end. Yeah, so what I was talking about with Mystery Science Theater, for the first time ever, every Mystery Science Theater episode is circulating among the fans for the first time ever. I mean, even back when season 0, the KTMA season, was the only season, people didn't have the pilot, the 13-minute pilot. We even now have that. You wanna watch it? Sounds like cool science stuff. No, actually, what it is, have you heard of riff tracks? Hey, Kerplop, what's up? Yeah, Cafe, have you heard of riff tracks? Because if you've heard of riff tracks, then you have a basic idea of what Mystery Science Theater is. Mystery Science Theater came before riff tracks. As a matter of fact, riff tracks is done by 3 former cast members of Mystery Science. And as a matter of fact, the gang from riff tracks are going to be making season 14 of Mystery Science Theater in the not too distant future. Hey, what's up, Brooklyn? Yeah, basically what it is, think riff tracks, but with lore. It's riff tracks with its own lore. The main lore is this place called the Gizmonic Institute. And it's it's in the outskirts of the Twin Cities area. And the whole thing about Gizmonic Institute is it's a place where scientific discovery happens. Everyone exchanges inventions, even down to the janitor. And speaking of the janitor, there was a guy named Joel Robinson. And he kept the place clean, polished switches, just another face in a ledger. However, what happened was two of the scientists from Gizmonic Institute, a couple of mad scientists named Clayton Forrester and Lawrence Earhart. They decided that they were going to run an experiment to see if they could drive someone crazy with bad movies. But they had to do it in a way that the person couldn't escape. So basically they found this janitor, Joel. They found this janitor, Joel, and they shoved him into a rocket. They shoved him into a rocket and shot him into space and the rocket broke away to reveal what's known as the Satellite of Love. And the Satellite of Love is where the Mystery Science Theater itself is. Never heard of whatever show. Well, if you like people making fun of really bad movies, you will love Mystery Science Theater 3000. Well, anyway, so Joel gets up there into orbit, and Forrester and Earhart, Doctors Forrester and Earhart are like, we got you up there now. We're gonna subject you to the worst movies that we can ever. We're gonna subject you to the worst movies we can ever find. Yeah. Hi? Who's asking? Who's asking? Oh, no. Anyway. So Joel, so Joel, after seeing the kind of slot he's going to be forced to watch, while the mad scientist monitor his mental state, Joel, like I said, everyone at Gizmonic Institute has enough scientific know-how to invent new gadgets. Joel invented 4 robots just by scrounging pieces on board the satellite bus. And but unfortunately, in building those robots, he can't control when the movie starts. Now the bot, now one of the bots, Tom Servo, knows when the movies start, end, and take place because he's got the part that controls. Yeah. And all right, Tom Servo and Crow, they're the ones that usually riff with the host, the first host being Joel, in the theater. They usually make fun of the movies. And then there's Gypsy, who takes care of the higher ship functions, which means unfortunately she doesn't have too much left for cognitive function after that. And then there's Cambot, who basically forwards the experiments to the mad scientist. And the mad scientists take it and broadcast it over to TV. Yeah. Now, if you're wondering how Joel exists on the satellite of love for years, just repeat yourself, just to show. I should really just relax. Okay, so it was Tom Servo who... Yes! Remember, Tom Servo's always the one that said... Tom Servo's the one who always says, we gotta get going. Tom Servo's the one that always says that. Or at least initially he was. I think they dropped that later on, but initially it was Tom Servo who would tell them when it's time to head back for the host show. We got them. Woo! Hey, Xander, what's up? How you doing today? You got so many splats. Oh, geez. You got so many splats, but it was all for naught. No, GG. Seriously, though, GG. How many did you get? 10! Holy shit. Holy shit. So anyway, for 5.5 seasons, that was pretty much the status quo. Well, actually scratch that. After season 0, which was the KTMA season, Gizmonix found out what the mad scientists were doing and banished them all the way down to sub-basement Deep 13. But of course, Gizmonix didn't say that they couldn't take their experiment with it. So the experiment carried on. And then we had season 1, the first cable. The second cable season started with Dr. Earhart missing. He was missing. We would find out later that that Dr. Forrester trapped him in another movie, but Forrester needed another mad scientist assistant, and so enter TV's Frank. And TV's Frank was just a big lovable lug. He wasn't really a mad scientist per se. He was just a big lovable lug. The game didn't like us being on the same team. Yeah. But Frank, bless his heart, he tried to be evil. But deep down, he really wasn't evil. But he tried. He tried. He traded up, in my opinion. Yeah. And so you had Dr. Forrester, TV's Frank, and then you had Joel and the Bots on the Satellite of Love, and things kind of stayed that way until mid-season 5. Behind the scenes, Joel basically decided he didn't want to be in front of the camera. He got stage fright, and it turns out that's a pattern. The same thing happened to him back in the early days as well. He became a big popular comedian in LA, and then when he finally got his big break, he was gonna be in a when he finally got to a bit of his big break, he was gonna be in this big sitcom on NBC, and he turned it down. He didn't like the part. He kind of grew disenfranchised with it all, and moved back to Minnesota to basically just be, keep on being a local. And then when he decided he wanted to work in TV again, well, he went to Channel 23 and started Mystery Science Theater 3000, which got so popular in the Twin Cities that the producer, Jim Mallett, he was the producer. Let's shop this around to cable channels, and the Comedy Channel, which was later become Comedy Central, bit. And over the next few years, it got really, really fucking popular, like nationwide. And Joel was starting to get the EPG. So, ow. So the way they wrote it in the lore was that the Mads had hired a new temp to help clean up the place. His name was Mike Nelson. He was from a temp agency called Casper, right? And Forrester and Frank didn't like him because he wasn't really of Gizmonix stock, you know. He wasn't really a Gizmonix stock. He was a little dim. And he didn't quite get the experiment. But when the bots, when Gypsy, one of the bots, overheard the Mads talking about getting rid of Mike, as in, killing him. Well, Gypsy thought they were talking about Joel. Gypsy, Servo, Crow, Cambot, they all got together and devised an escape plan for Joel to escape from the Satellite of Love. They found an escape pod in the cargo bay in the box marked Handings. And they figured, no wonder we never saw the escape pod. Who the fuck likes Handingers, right? Because they never opened the box, so they never saw the escape pod. Well, they kind of forced Joel into the escape pod at the end of the episode, and Joel landed somewhere in the Australian outback. And the bots started to panic because they didn't have anyone to take care of them anymore. And Frank and Forrester panicked because they didn't have a test subject anymore. So in some quick thinking, they basically conked Mike on the head and shot him up to the Satellite of Love to take Joel's place. And thus was the status quo of the lore for about a season and a half. And during that time, invention exchanges started to wane because, well, you know, Mike, like I said, Mike wasn't a business. He wasn't really. And whereas Joel kind of had a parental relationship with the bots, Mike's relationship with the bots was more like a big brother. All right, so now we get to the end of season 6, and Frank is visited by a celestial body called Torgo the White. Now, if you've never seen Madness the Hands of Fate, that's probably what you do. But needless to say, Torgo was basically the sidekick in Madness the Hands of Fate, and Torgo the White came down to bring Frank the second banana ever. Of course, in real life, Frank Connor was basically the sidekick. So Franka assumed in the second banana heaven, and Forrester started to panic again because he didn't have an assistant. And such was the status quo of the show through MST3K, the movie, which actually takes place between seasons 6 and 7. I mean, even though it didn't actually come out until after season 7, the movie takes place between season 7, because the only mad scientist is Dr. Force in MST3K. And later that Thanksgiving in 1995, Dr. Force was about to do his big Turkey Day marathon, in which he'd subject the viewers of Comedy Central to some of his most egregious experiments ever. And he found out that Frank, before he died, invited a whole bunch of people to Deep 13 to celebrate Thanksgiving with them, including Dr. Forrester's overbearing, Karenish mom. Well, Mom ended up staying after Thanksgiving, and so at that point, the mad scientists were Dr. Forrester and his mom, who was also a retired mad scientist. And now we get into the rest of season 7. And by the end of season 7, a whole bunch of other strange stuff happened. Which ended up being a big parody of 2001. Mike was more spontaneous and situational comedy. Joe was more plot comedy. Yeah. Well, yeah. At the end of season 7, Dr. Forrester became a star baby. Think 2001. And yes, there was even a monolith, a giant VHS tape with the label reading "The worst movie ever made." And after Forrester became a star baby, Pearl, Dr. Forrester's mom, said, "At last, a second chance." well, Clayton, Deborah, Susan, Forrester. Yeah, Dr. Forrester, a guy had two feminine middle names because mom wanted a daughter. Yeah. Yeah, as Dr. Forrester would say, mother, the one responsible for my emotional scars. Well, let's just say, Pearl Forrester didn't raise the star baby any better than she originally raised Clayton Forrester. And she smothered, and upon reaching adulthood, she smothered him with a book. Also, yeah, now on the Satellite of Love side, what happened at the end of season 7 was Dr. Forrester and Mother cut the satellite off. They let the satellite just drift through space, and the satellite drifted all the way to the edge of the universe, where Mike, the boss, reverted to pure energy and wandered the universe. Until the year 2525, when Mike, Gypsy, Tom, and Cambot came back and reverted back into corporeal form, to find that Crow had already been back to corporeal form for about the last almost 500 years. Like 2050. Yeah. And they also found out, and the satellite was still drifting. The satellite was drifting back, it turned out. And they finally got back. It was the year 2525. Of course, they were wondering, if man was still alive, if woman could survive. Yes, they did actually pull his gun. Except Earth had become basically the planet of the apes. And they found out that these apes had been waiting for them all this time, for almost all this time, to start giving them movies again. Why? How did the apes know to give them movies again? Well, Pearl went into cryostasis. And at some point, I think it was like, what, a decade prior, 5 years prior, the apes thawed her out, cured her freezer burn, gave her a facelift, and she basically told them what was out there. So at that point, the mad scientists are Pearl Forrester and Professor Bobo, and Dr. Peanut. Unfortunately, we lose Dr. Peanut when Mike blows up the Earth. No, I'm not kidding. But Pearl and Bobo get away in a spacefaring VW microbus. Perfectly reasonable thing to happen. And through the rest of the season, it's Pearl chasing the Satellite of Love around in the microbus. Along the way, they meet the observers, who are basically a group of omnipotent and omniscient beings who no longer, well, they say they no longer have the need for their bodies, but all they are is a brain. But the bodies, of course, are carrying the brains around in hands. And of course, they still control the body. So, yeah. Anyway. And what happened? And well, they stay on the observer's world for a little while until Mike blows up that world. But one of the observers ends up escaping with Pearl and Bo. And he's pretty much known as Brain Guy. Yes, even through the newer episodes starting in the 2010s. So now the mad scientists are Pearl, Bobo, and Brain Guy. And well, and there's more chasing going around. More chasing going around, blah blah blah, and then they hit a temporal vortex and are thrown back into Roman times. Yes, that's how they're that's how they're greeted when they show up in ancient Rome. Although mainly the whole Roman times thing was just an excuse for Kevin Murphy to not have to wear the incredibly hot monkey suit during the summer. Well, what happened was Bobo was there too, but he wasn't there right away. He was found later on by the other man as the Mad God, basically a gladiator. And then after they got him back, and some more chasing around, and they finally end up going through time again. They end up back on Earth back in contemporary time, like in the beginning of the show. And except Pearl finds the ancestral Forester home, the ancestral Forester castle in the U.S. Yes, in the U.S. There are some dumb castles in the U.S. And so she and Bobo and Brain Guy make that their base of operations pretty much for the next 2 seasons. For the next 2 seasons, the status quo is the status quo. End of season 10. Pearl, once again, cuts off the satellite of love, but instead of the satellite of love drifting out of orbit and into space, the satellite of love drifts out of orbit and starts falling to Earth. Well, it does crash, but Mike and the bots are okay. They settle down. They settle down in an apartment in Wisconsin. Well, at least Mike, Cambot, Crow, and the Servo do. They settle down in an apartment in Wisconsin. Gypsy, however, no longer burdened by having to run the satellite of love. She has access to her full brain power, and she ends up becoming a tycoon, basically. Yeah, she ends up becoming a tycoon. Conchipsco stock, yeah. She runs a big corpo called Conchipsco. You find out at the end of season 10. And well, we don't hear anything from this group until 2017. And in 2017, well, we find that Gizmonics Institute is still around. You know, they're still doing their science. You know, they're still just overall doing their sciencey stuff. You know, they're still doing the sciencey stuff. We focus this time on an inventor and pilot named Jonah. And Jonah has invented the percussion drive. He's been testing that out in space. However, what he doesn't know is that on the moon, Dr. Forrester's daughter, or Pearl's granddaughter, Kinga, has been plotting. She wants revenge for what happened. Yeah, she wants revenge for what happened to her grandmother and father. And she invented a liquid media format called KingaVision. And she wants to restart the movie experiments that her grandmother and father had done. So she kidnaps Joel. And she has a new satellite of love all ready for him, with new versions of the bots. Yeah. And so, how Dr. Forrester had a kid is beyond me. I'm willing to bet some sort of test tube thing. I'm willing to bet he did not actually have sex with a woman. He actually got eggs from somewhere and grew them like in a test tube. Yeah. Yeah. I refuse to believe Dr. Forrester had sex. Alright, there you go. Anyway. And it would have been the post-star baby Dr. Forrester as well. Anyway. No, it wouldn't have been, would it? No, it wouldn't have been. No, it would have been 3-star baby Dr. F. Anyway. But of course, Kinga Forrester wasn't the only mad scientist there. She had help from you need ticket? Need ticket. Your family is Prime and it's on Prime and there's only seasons 3 and 4. Yeah, need ticket. Ticket? What ticket? What ticket do you need? What ticket? Need ticket. Oh, I need a ticket! Oh, crap! I need a ticket! Shit! Eep! You kind of like the story they were telling in Season 8? Yeah, I know. Season 8 was pretty good. Season 8 was pretty good. I still say peak Mystery Science Theater. If I was to say peak MST, I would have to go with Season 6. If I was to choose peak Mystery Science Theater by season, I would have to go Season 6. With season 8 being a close second. Well, anyway, Kinga had help from someone who called himself the son of TV's Frank. Although in actuality his name was Max, and he was probably just a fanboy. Anyway, so then that's how you have the status quo for the next couple seasons. Kinga's giving Jonah and the Bots movies. Jonah and the Bots riff the movies. Blah 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 blah. But Kinga was thinking... thinking larger. She wanted more than one experiment going on at once. So, she trapped someone else, another Gizmonics worker, named Emily, in a simulator called the Simulator of Love. It wasn't really a satellite. It wasn't really the satellite of love. It was basically a simulator stage made to function like the satellite. And of course, she had her own versions of the bots as well. But that wasn't enough! That was not enough for King of Forrester! That was not enough! She needed more! She opened up a temporal gate! And from the past, from the early 1990s, she dragged Joel. Now, she did not drag Joel's versions of the bots, because they were outside working on the ship at the time. So Joel had to use Emily's bots. Yeah, so Joel had to use Emily's bots. Ah! And season 13 just kind of rotated between the three hosts for 13 episodes and 13 separate shorts. That was the first season that Mystery Science Theater had separate shorts, with the shorts just being their own short episodes. And well, at the end of season 13. Thanks to the percussion drive that Jonah invented 2 seasons prior, they were able to pilot a space tug called the Deep Herding and pull Joel's Satellite of Love back to the 1990s where it belonged. And Emily and Jonah came along for the ride. So suddenly, Kinga had no test subjects anymore. And at that point, that's pretty much where we left off. We don't know how season 14 is going to go. I don't think King is going to be in it. We are told, however, that Dr. Forrester, TV's Frank, and Pearl will be in it. And Pearl actually showed up in seasons 11 and 12 as well, in cameos, as did Dr. Earhart, believe it or not. Yeah, he finally got himself untrapped from the movie. But so we think it's probably gonna start out. We think it might start out with Mike and his bots in Wisconsin. Might. I mean, because think about this too. Remember, Pearl Forrester failed to raise her son again. So, so we still have another life of Dr. Clayton Forrester. Because I'm thinking that Mary Jo Pell is probably going to play 2 different Pearls. She's gonna play old curly-haired Pearl. You know, like we saw her in season 7. and she's probably gonna play. She's probably gonna play age regressed plastic surgery photo from 25 and tassel course. That would be interesting. That would be damn interesting. I could see that happen. And yes, Bobo and Brain Guy will be there too because they were portrayed by two of the members of the tracks. These ones will have Mike as the host. And the thing is, just to let you know something of what the fans really wanted out of new Mystery Science Theater. The fans did not like season 13 very much. That's putting it mildly, but the fans did not like season 13 too much. To the point where when Joel tried to raise money for season 4, back around what was it, 2021, 2022, the Kickstarter failed. People had enough of Joel's Mystery Science. And the rights to Mystery Science Theater got sold wholly to Shout Factory. And so Shout Factory said, "Well, let's see. You know, we got this property now. Let's see if we can bring back Mike." So they announced that they were going to do Mystery Science Theater 3000, the Rift Tracks experience. You know, with Mike Nelson, Kevin Murphy as Tom Servo, Bill Corbett as Crow, you know. And let's just say they were only asking for 20,000. They were only asking for 20,000. They ended up raising 2.7 million. Yeah, it's over now. They ended up raising 2.7 million. So, yeah, I think it's safe to say season 14 is a go. As a matter of fact, they've already been constructing sets. I mean, yeah. Some people are upset that it's only going to be 4. But then again, they have said that they have more news to share soon. So I have a feeling there's probably going to be more than 4. Sure hope it's good. It's Mike. Their old lead writer from the 90s is back. I mean, that's the thing a lot of people don't remember. When Mystery Science Theater 3000 first got popular, Mike was already the lead writer. Well, or more accurate to say, he was already on the writing crew for season 1. He was not for season 0. But when it started airing on cable, he was a writer on season 1. And he was so good, they made him the head writer starting season 2. And he continued as head writer through the end of season 10. And I assume he will be the head writer of season 14. Your favorite MSC3K episodes for the Mike era? Yep, Dana's too. Yeah, like I said, I don't dislike either of them. I mean, I do really like Mike. I do really like Mike. I do really like Joel. They just have different. How can I say this? They have different. They have different themes. What? Oh yeah, Dana has a full Mike Nelson cosplay, complete with an accurate Tom Servo, and she's worn it. To conversion. Anyway, Puma Man Squirm Percent. Yeah. Joel and Mike have different styles of comedy, you know, like you said before. And like I said, their relationships with the bots were different too. Like I said, Joel was more of a father figure, and Mike was more of You know, the big brother the bots like the teens, you know? And the thing is, Jonah and Jonah and Emily are different skill. I mean, they're not really bad either. I think what happened was the overall writing of season 13 wasn't the best. I think one of the reasons why the writing for seasons 11 and 12 worked even to the level they did was because they had Paul and Storm in the writing for seasons 11 and 12. Yeah, they did not have Paul and Storm for 13. They did have Paul and Storm for 11 and 12. Yeah. Like Manos too? Yeah. Fanfic. Well, 11 really wasn't bad. 11 was okay. Oh, 13. Yeah. Season 11 was okay. Season 12 was, yeah. Season 13, not so much. I mean, not to say that every episode of season 13. I haven't seen them all yet, but there are some I've seen clips of that show promise. But 13 just didn't have the polish that 11 and 12 did. But I still collected it anyway for completion's sake, especially since now we know there's going to be a season 14. Cry Wilderness is a funny one too. Yeah, I could see one episode of season 12 of Thanksgiving, Mac and Me. I was laughing so hard. Yeah, Mac and Me was fun. Mac and Me was good. Mac and Me was good. And I keep forgetting to refuel. Well, this is a super casual. Fengar! Fengar, thanks for the raid. How are you doing today? Let's shout you out there. Oh no. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fengar TV. There we go. Oh, you're playing Pokemon Unite. Oh. Oh god, Kerplop says, they made one joke at the end. My brother was gasping for air. He was laughing so hard. Oh my god. Hi, Super Sleepy. Been having sleeping problems all week. Aw, man. I'm actually kind of tired myself. I did not get much sleep this morning after I got home from work. Whose fault was that? Mine. Completely and utterly mine. But luckily, the land tomorrow starts 2 hours later than the old land. The old land used to start at 11. This land starts at 20. And I won't have to park on the street. This place has its own park. Yeah, that's pretty much the lore of Mystery Science Theater 3000. So think of Rift Tracks with that overarching lore. And basically, when they make fun of movies, when they know they have to go to the theater, they get something called movie sign. A light blinks on the console, a light blinks on Tom Servo, and they go to Mystery Science Theater, as they call it, to watch the movie and basically rip the fuck out. Oh, and by the way, just to let you know that in season 13 that they were paying attention. When Joel is the host of an episode, they do show the old season 2/3 Satellite of Love bridge and door sequence. They remade the seasons 2 through 5 door sequence in CGI just to use for those episodes. Oh, cool. Ah. Yeah, we're not winning this one. Well, yeah, because blood and guts. Hmm? Oh, wow. Ah. Got something set up for the 20th of June. Oh, what's up on the 20th of June? All right, this time I gotta remember. Refuel. Refuel. Gonna make a video ad and whatnot for. Oh, cool, cool. Oh, that reminds me. Now that missing episode of Mystery Science Theater is found, I need to, for the first time since 2017, make a Misty review video. Because I need to release an update to my Misty review of episode 0003. I just hope I can. I just hope I can remember how to do one of those episodes. Watch one, yeah. Cap the TO. Can you imagine that? Oh, you're running a tourney? Ooh. All right. Woo! I cut off his escape route. Ah! Ah, you got me! Damn it! Damn it, Milky Paws! Coming your way, Cafe! Strike! That lands for a strike. Oh, geez. I wonder what kind of turning Cat had planned. If I know her, it's gonna be... Ah! Damn. Woo! Got it. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. NTS is what I'm starting on my own. NTS? Oh. Oh, new twin squiddies. Where's it gonna be? All right, Cake. Thanks so much for stopping in. Always great to splat with my friends. I just wish I could also splat with my sweetie. But she's playing Fallout. Roll out the Fallout. Grab a nickel, pull out. Ah. We need a place to start. Ah. Rogue land, unassociated with weapons. Yeah, I know, I know. Although, keep in mind, you can't have it at the, left click now. Not. Oh god. Are you getting the sneaker? Oh well. Ink like your life depends on it! Jeez. I'll find a way. Yep. Ooh. Oh? Oh, jeez. Usually brute force your way through stuff. Sometimes that works for me, too. Sometimes. Did not work for me that time. I did not expect the, I did not expect the sniper. Why? It is hot. It is hot. Shit. Oh. All right. Oh, great. The weather app isn't working. How about Yahoo's weather app? Okay, that works. It's 50 degrees. Okay. Whatever you said before about LCL, I didn't hear. I was in my head. LCL? Oh. When LCL? Oh, left click round. I said you can't have it at the left click round. Damn. Ooh! Oh! Great! Damn. Oh well. We tried. Oh my... What? Oh god. Oh my god, it's gonna be damn near 80 tomorrow. Hun, it's gonna be damn near 80 tomorrow. Holy fuck.
What's the fuck?
Shit. Why can't you do the LCL? Well, I mean, if you don't mind that 69 match, won't be able to go. Remember, 69 man weren't only banned from Squid West. Left Click Lounge basically is basically using Squid West's ban list. Oh! Almost got Dabo! Almost got Dabo! Damn! We got this anyway. We got this. No, no, you're not. But Left Click Lounge has decided they're going to ban anyone that Squid West bans, no matter what the event. Left Click Lounge's announcement is that they have been banned from Left Click Lounge, not just from Splatoon events at Left Click. Stop! Sploon-tang? Oh, Sploon-tang? Really? 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 Yeah. Nope. You thought you were going to get me with that root slider. Face it, you thought you were going to get me with that root slider. You weakened me, but you couldn't put the exclamation point. Ow! That's okay. Woo! Did it. To Woodsource. Woot woot. Yeah, I know. Oh, look at that. 3 splats. 3 times splatted. 3 times using my special. You can't get more perfect than that. Well, you can. It's threes all around. Just like the 3 colors of Splatfest. And of course, that reminds me, there is a Splatfest coming in 3 weeks. What? You are? Cool. I'm glad you're having fun. I know. Oh yeah, it load up real good. Load up real good. There's still someone in our base, and I can't get to them. Ah! I don't know about this one. We'll see. Damn! Damn! Get it! by the way, another thing about Mystery Science Theater. Now, some of you know that I used to do a thing called Mini Fest in Splatoon 2. After they stopped doing regular Splatfest and we got Splatfest TVs in Splatoon 2, I did Mini Fests, which were just basically little 4-hour Splatfests. The very first one was Joel versus Mike from Mystery Science Theater 3000. I figured it was time to settle the internet's oldest flame war once and for all. Well, yeah, Mike did, remember? You and I were both on it. There we go. Got it. No. Oh, one Mystery Science Theater fan, or Misty, wrote on Blue Sky, Billy D. Williams voice mode activate. Tape circulation. Works every time. What the? Whoa! Wait. Are they squid partying? They're squid partying! It took me a moment to notice that you were all squid partying! What? What? Oh, yeah. Cool.
Emo.
Yeah. I still can't see it because there's no light. That's all right. It's okay. There we go! Squid party! Squid party! The true meaning of the test range! Ten Fluff is like North Central. Ah! Oh, God! Ow! 33. Oh, God. Oh my God. We are completely outmatched in this. we did it! Hey, we went from danger to win in 8 seconds. Look at that. Danger to win in 8 seconds. I know, Xander, I know. Well, that's just how it is when you go against the aerospray, you see.
Dino.
Go ahead. Dana playing Fallout 4. I'm the god! I'm the god! Mystery Science Theater. Well, didn't they do it on the show too before that? Ah, I didn't make it. You got called up to battle too soon. Alright, after this match, I think I'm going to call it a stream, folks. Hun? We don't have to be up as early for this land. This land starts at 1, not 11. I don't mind this dedication too. Oh no! Disco! Ah, shiznits. Who discoed? Astray. Astray! Why did you lead us astray? Astray. Is it because that's your username? No, seriously though. GG's. Oh God, that's gonna be it for me, folks. All right, let me. Big-hearted fantasy lover. Okay. See what I get from Hotlantis. Bunch of money. Ooh, and another dual ticket. Nice. I don't know why I'm still getting cards. I have all the cards. I mean, it's not like they put out new cards for the new weapons from last year, because they didn't. Ah, God. All right. That's it for today. A couple hours down there. Well, almost a couple hours down. Tomorrow, stream will start at 2 a.m. Eastern. And it will be it will be a chapter 3 or part 3 of MLB The Show. We'll be playing through the stories of the stars of the Negro Leagues again. And so it's gonna be a long stream. It's not gonna be a dull one. Come on, it's educational. No, it's educational. It's a piece of baseball. It's a part of baseball history that I wasn't completely familiar with. But I'm getting familiar with it. Edutainment. There we go. It's edutainment. Yeah, so we'll be doing the ones that are featured in MLB The Show 25, and then next week we'll do the ones that are featured in the newest game, MLB The Show 26. So yeah, we got a lot. We're only about halfway through. We're only about halfway through. So let's take a look at the old raid meter for tonight and see who we got. All right, we are going to go and raid. Huh? Oh. How about Apollinarian? Because I think she may have just started. Did she just start? Yeah, she just started 20 minutes ago. Yeah, so we're gonna go raid Apollinaria. Apollinaria. And until tomorrow night, you know what to do, folks. Follow and subscribe. Join the Particle Acceleration. You can also join us on Discord. That is !Discord in the chat, or scroll down to where it says join the Particle Acceleration on Discord. Till tomorrow night, I'm DJ Particle, and I'm out of here. Peace.